Good evening, this is Josh Peiser from GameWisdom.com, and for this video spotlight, I am taking a look back at Ghost Control Inc. This was a Kickstarter game that was released, I believe, in either 2013 or 2014, and it's a novel little game. I'll let you listen to this awesome non-copyrighted music while I'm talking. And this is a game that's based on, of course, not copyright infringing on the original Ghostbusters IP. And the idea is that you run a ghost control company instead of ghost busting. And it's one of those ideas that I like. I want them to do more of it. But what we have is a game that really is a good foundation, but doesn't go far enough. It reminds me, well, actually, I should say that Chroma Squad, the Sentai-inspired SRPG game that I reviewed a few months ago, reminds me a lot of Ghost Control. The difference is that Chroma Squad seems to be doing a lot better. They're continuing to update the game and improve it, while Ghost Control, I know they've been running into some issues with getting interest and funding and whatnot. So hopefully this video will help drive some more interest, because I would love for them to take things further with this idea. But we're going to play a little bit of it tonight. We're not going to show the whole game off, obviously, but probably enough to show off the basic systems and rules. So let's get going. As you can see, they were planning on having multiple cities, but they only have the one. You can choose your different crew of people. Difficulty level. We'll keep things on normal. And I don't know, who looks good enough to be a ghost chaser or ghost controller? We can say ghost busting. Oops, well, there we go, we're gonna get sued now. Let's go with the Soul Woman, it looks like. Let's start things off generally diversive. Ghost Control Inc. Good. Don't worry, we'll have plenty of hunters as time goes on. Okay, so here we go. Down here we have our smartphone that gives us the news. Thank you. Here is our first character. Each character, just like in any tactical strategy game, you can equip them with different pieces of gear, clothing, and they have these different stats. Basically, you want to keep their sanity level up, because when it runs out, they're going to go cuckoo and basically leave. Okay, we want to hire some more people. You can also apparently sell your ectoplasm. I don't know to who, but they apparently want, that's going to be your main source of money, besides completing jobs. So we need to hire some people. Okay. You can see we have different characters. We already have a leader, where we could use a scientist, a bruiser, shooter. Scientists are those who have higher than normal intelligence. They'll be great for researching new stuff and using some of the more advanced gear. The bruiser is the one who's basically going to go front line with the ghosts, even though ghosts technically are non-corporeal, but they'll be able to use the heavier ghost controlling equipment. And shooter have the highest aim. They're going to be the ones who are going to try to weaken a ghost from afar so that someone can get in and capture them. For now, if we look at our car right now only has room for 2 people, so we only can really have 2 people. Fortunately, this is going to be the 3 ghost busting standard, but we'll be able to upgrade this car eventually. So these are our weapons. You have a modified vacuum cleaner. You have the Ghoster, which is apparently the combination of a ghost trap and a toaster. And so we need to equip our character with these lovely gear. You can see down here, it shows what they have equipped. So this is a tool for attacking ghosts. This is for trapping. I think this is a scanner. I'm not completely sure on that one. Now, let's see. What else do we need to do? We should probably hire someone to join us. Let's see. Who should we hire? Shooter or a bruiser? We don't really need a scientist right now. Let's see, what's their costs? Let's go with the bruiser. Alright, you're higher, buddy. You can see in 7 days we are going to be in the red. So we need to start earning some money, or pounds, in order to get our controlling business going. Okay, so here is our... I'm going to pause again here. Okay. So this is the map screen. You can see there's actually competing ghost controlling businesses over here. They're going to chase you to get to whatever job is available. If they beat you to it, you're going to lose out on the contract. Now then, let's see. Zoom in. We have gas, you have to pay. Obviously you have to buy gas when you need to. Okay. Let's head straight to the job, since we really only have this basic one. Let's see. And we'll give him a trap. There we go. You can see the UI is a little cumbersome. Again, this game wasn't exactly built with like a lot of refinement, which is one of the little issues here, but we'll talk about that later. Alright, let's get to the job. And let's go.
If there's a ghost in town, we're here to hunt it down.
Okay. As you can see, the UI has all your commands up here. We'll move our character inside. Let's see. As you can see, the system is a 2 action point system, and when you choose movement, it basically lets the character perform movement based on their movement stat down here. So she can move 4 spots per AP point, so a total of 8 per turn. We have to control him first, so let's get her in here. Let's turn those lights on, and we have a ghost. Alright, so we can't do anything now because our turn is over. And it'll be really helpful to actually see. Oh, there we go. The objective basically is you have to capture all the ghosts on the map before they do enough damage to the property, as you can see over here. Okay. So we need to start damaging this ghost to weaken him.
You're gonna die hard.
Alright.
If you want to call it dying.
We're going to place a trap now. Once their health gets low enough, you want to put a trap down to try and capture them, as you can see. And that was just a simple tutorial mission.
We can go anytime now.
Okay. Now what I want to do is get a second weapon for our bruiser here. These are all the items, as you can see, and their price. Now, the items that you get basically upgrade as the game goes on. The game is basically designated by different chapters. So when you move to chapter 2, these traps or items are going to change. You see, some items have upgradable. That means that once you've expanded your home base, you can upgrade these items to get more use out of them. Now we can look at some of these items here. And we only have $484, so we gotta be a little careful here. As you can see, where it says trap, if you look at that stat where it says max ghost energy, that basically tells you what's the health of the ghost has to be before the trap will attempt to pull them in. As you can see, some traps will have higher ghost amounts, meaning you can do less damage before we'll capture them. Other traps can capture in a wide area, so the ghost doesn't have to be directly on them. This also lets you capture multiple ghosts in a single shot. You can see the different weapons have different stats, including weight, precision, range. This one will push ghosts forward, push them away. This one will pull them forward. This is another way of trying to get them into a trap's range. You can see we go higher up here. So one of the bit of the issues with the game that I noticed from a bounce is that a lot of the items are really, well, kind of crappy. You want items that either go for lots of range, a wide capture or a higher energy to capture them in, and you want weapons that do high damage or hit multiple ghosts. So if you look at this for a second, this Rehabilitator, not easy to get out, has a range of 3, damage 1. This has a range of 5, damage 2, and so it pushes the ghost back 1. It's not a big deal. But this item costs $600. This one only costs us $440, and it's 20% more precise. So from a game design standpoint, why would you take this item instead of this one? And this one's also upgradable, so you can even make it better than it was before. This is the problem. There's so many items here, but they're not properly balanced. So this one, this pulls, this push. So I mean, there's definitely a strategic difference here, but again, why does this one cost $40 more than this one? If they're both technically the same thing, except one pushes, one pulls, balancing would suppose that they should be the same price. It just really makes no sense. Now let's look at this. Now this is a good example. Now this would be good balance. This trap can catch a ghost with more energy to it and has a higher rating. And it costs more than this one. This one will catch them if they have less health, but captures more ghosts in a wider area. So this will be a good example of balance between the prices. There's a legitimate difference between this one, and it's a choice you have to make. So this has range 2, less precision. So I mean, these are good examples. Some of these items are obviously better than others, which makes the other ones weaker, while others are within like generally close price thresholds but have different stats. That's what you really want in these types of tactical games. You want there to be an actual... Excuse me one second, I gotta grab a quick drink. Alright. You want there to be a meaningful difference between gear so that the player has to decide. When you just throw stats and numbers willy-nilly, you end up with cases like this where there's some weapons or equipment that just plain suck. There's no reason to take them. For right now, we have to go with budget because we only have $484. So, we are going to have to go with our modified vacuum. Yeah, I don't want to run out of money too soon. So we will give this to him. So we have 2 guys who can attack. Now we can go back. As time goes on, we will get calls. We don't have to be in our office. Let's see, we have this. Our objective right now is to get a better headquarters, so let's head back there. Oop. We have a call. Alright, we have a job. First, we will... might as well sell the ectoplasm. And that gets us the trap back as well. Okay, I don't think we're going to make it there. We're probably going to get beat to the punch. Yeah. Might as well get gas. Yep. Come on. Alright. So to expand, we need to either build research lab or training. We need $500. Training lets you improve their stats. Research lets you buy new, or I'm sorry, upgrade the gear that we were talking about. But for now, let's just wait in our office until we get a job. Come on. Oh, there we go. Sometimes the UI gets a little stuck there. Okay, can we actually make it to this one? No. Alright, so I'm just going to wait here. This is one of the issues, at least in the early game, we were trying to get to these jobs in time. Yeah. There we go. Got it. Alright, so let's go. So with these traps, we can only hold 2 ghosts in them before we have to take them back. This guy has no clothes, unfortunately, but we'll have to make do.
Has anyone seen the light switch?
Alright. I don't think you can actually rotate the maps. The UI is definitely a little cumbersome like this. I think you can, let's see. Okay. Let's see, there should be a tool that lets you collapse the walls. Where is it? Okay. Is it? There we go. It's a little easier to see what's going on. Okay, so we're gonna move. And we found our first ghost. Energy level 4. So we need to get him down to 1 for our trap to actually work. And I miss. Let's send him around the corner as well. Seem to be doing more damage to the environment. Okay, our turn is done. We may have to get closer. There we go. And when our weapon hits, it pulls them forward. Now with different guns, they'll have different ranges that we can use to hit guys from further away. Okay, so we have 2 ghosts. As the game goes on, you'll run into more dangerous ghosts. Guys who can actually attack you through walls and stuff like that. Alright.
Try to miss that painting if you can.
Can I place a trap? Nah, it doesn't make sense to place a trap just yet. Alright, now I should place a trap down. But I don't have enough action points for that. So we gotta wait one more turn. Alright, so I'm gonna send him over here. He's gonna place a trap down. Now the trap didn't capture him, unfortunately, but I can shoot him to try to get it again. So, okay, she missed. There we go. Got him. So he's in there, and we have room for one more. All right. He took some sanity loss from that ghost, but that's all right. So this pulls. Oop. Let's see if we can capture this one. Nope. Didn't work. Alright, so we have to pick it up. Okay, now that he has 0 energy, it's going to be pretty easy, hopefully, to capture him. We just have to get close enough to him to set the trap. Get back here, you. Okay. As you can see, we have to collapsing just so we can see where everything is. Maybe we can actually capture him here. No. Come on, do it. There we go, we got into it. And mission is done. And we caused a little damage. And as things go on, you'll also eventually start fighting like boss ghosts and stuff like that. First, let's just heal up. Alright. I can buy another one here. This will be a bigger. Oop. It's one of the issues that sometimes the buttons don't seem to work. Okay, we move in. We can get more stuff there, but it's going to cost $1,200 a week. And we're still out and about, so let's go for these other ghosts. Brain capacity. I need to. If there's more than 2 ghosts, I actually won't be able to complete this mission.
If there are any vampires in here, I'm gonna freak out.
Okay. Make sure to turn on that light. Oh, we have a new ghost. See, this one has a stat to him. You run into like elite versions of ghosts as well, so this one's evasive, so he's harder to hit than normal. Now we had a sensor, that would be this third item here. We can scan the ghost to learn weaknesses and other information. But for right now, we should probably take him out first. Oop. Someone turned out the light. Okay, we're gonna place a trap down and see if we can get him. Oh, and he shot enough times that his accuracy went up. I want him to try and run away. Oop.
Ready for more?
I'm gonna let him try and hit this one. Man, he is not liking our friend Dave. There we go. Okay.
Long live the beam!
There we go, got him. Now we gotta capture this one.
Controlling
Got
makes me feel good. Can we leave already?
Okay, we got a lot of extra money. But we need to go back and empty out these traps before anyone else calls. No, we don't need a job right now. Okay. Ghosts are out of the traps, thankfully. And let's see, what was our objective? Okay, so we need to eventually buy a new headquarters. Now, there should be... What's this down here? Oh, wait. Should actually buy some gas. There we go. Oh, and he's right there. Alright, here we go again. I will have to get this guy to the hospital soon. They run out of sanity completely, they may leave the team.
Gentlemen,
Oh,
the ghost
we got
of
ghouls this time. Alright, looks like we're going to do some busting here. Okay.
Try to miss that painting if you can.
Again, we gotta get him down to 1 health before we can actually capture him. You can see graphics are definitely more on the budget side. Again, that's to do with how the game was built. Hope I hit the tree. I should maybe move him out of the way. Oh, he's been weakened. Alright, I'm gonna move him over here. Okay, he's at 5. So I should also think about buying some better weapons too. Alright, she's been stunned, so she lost an AP. 3, 2. Alright, so next turn I should be able to try and capture him. And then we have to deal with these guys. Ugh.
Now, Mr.
There we
Ghost,
go.
I expect you to die again.
Got him. She lost all of her AP from that guy. These guys are just wandering around doing who knows what. Okay. So we'll get... There we go.
Him with science.
Alright, again, we gotta get their health low enough. Okay. And when this guy moves, the trap should trigger. There we go. Okay, his trap is full again, so it's gonna be up to her to actually nail him.
Live and let die.
Okay, and again, got him. Right. But this time we really do need to head to the hospital in order to recover. Wait, actually, stop. No, we don't need money right now. That was weird. Okay, let's heal. Go back up to the HQ. Get some gas. Okay, there we go. Drop them off. I'll get 4 more. And now we really need to buy some better stuff. Man, everyone is trying to call us here. Now, these other guys, they're just there to steal your jobs, or they don't have any greater design or functionality, unfortunately. Okay. So what I want to do is get some better gear. Okay. Range 3. Also go for a greater trap. Range 4, damage 2. I'm gonna buy that for him. There we go. The beam, let's see, pusher. See, this is a really good trap. 65% chance to trap. Can capture 3 and it takes less energy needed to actually do it. How much money do I actually have? 1643. Alright, I'm gonna buy her the beam. And let's buy some new traps while we're at it. This I can just sell. I'll keep one in case we need it. Alright, so we have some new weapons. And one more new trap. So with these new traps, I now capture 6 ghosts, and it's going to be a lot easier to capture them. Alright, so now we really need some money. I'm going to need... Oh, what happened? Oh, only about 2,400 before I can actually afford a new HQ. So let's drive around. We should be getting some jobs soon. I can also, this is where I can buy new gear. So we have suits, sensors, those will allow us to scan the ghosts. I'll give him a jumpsuit. Now we're just waiting for something to happen. There we go. May have been a prank call. Okay, I'm gonna move over here. So this is like right in the middle of town. And we just gotta wait for another call. There we go. Good, right here for us.
You dudes partied out.
Alright, so with this new gear, it will be a lot easier to capture these ghosts. Okay. See, we've already gone down to 3, so next turn we can actually attempt to capture. Okay. Oh, didn't get it. But we got him when he tried to move out of the way. Okay, pick the trap. And everyone basically takes one tile on the field, so you can get into situations where people are blocked. Okay, so she's gonna go over here. She got Constitution somehow by walking. We have a new ghost over there. And we're out of action.
Next time you shoot, try aiming first.
I want to move her out of the way because he won't be able to get through the door otherwise. And he missed completely. Now, one little bit of the budget issues is that when you get to deal with ghosts who have like projectile attacks and stuff like that, there's no graphic for it. So you'll just see like the ghosts do like a little hand waving and your guys will take damage in the process. Alright, so we need to get closer. being blocked by this chair, but it's kind of hard to tell that. Alright. Let him get a little closer. Alright, one more turn and he can attack that.
Are you ready for more?
I should probably wait for this guy to get closer or move a little closer as well. Yep. He's been cursed. But we can try and capture the ghost when he attempts to move. Okay. There we go. Oh, looks like he's trying to get our friend.
Oh god, it's full of ghosts.
See, he's being attacked, but there's no animation to actually tell you that. Alright, now let's finish
We'll catch them with this trap.
him off, hopefully. There we go. So because these traps can hold 3 ghosts a pop, I don't have to return to the office as soon as I did with the other one. But we do need to heal. Alright, let's try. Only I'm gonna make it there in time. Oop. Let's see. You'll get like faster cars and stuff like that eventually. So as you can see, we can hold 3 more ghosts. And then we will have to return, sell our thing. Well, actually, we can hold 2 additional ones when I just swap out the traps. That's why you want to have multiple traps nearby. So here's a little bit of a weird thing. Moral 3636. You can see I just have the gear in the inventory and it's counting for morale, even though I could be wearing it. It's kind of one of like those weird things. Again, the game wasn't made with a huge budget, unfortunately.
Out of the way, you bunch of losers.
Alright, so here we go again. Let's try this out. Now, one thing about the chapter system, I just want to pause for a second so I can get this train of thought out. Because the game is set up in these chapter formats, one of the things you have to be really careful of is moving too fast. If you complete the objectives before you buy upgraded gear, what's going to happen is you'll get to the next area and the gear will be just so much more expensive that you won't really be able to afford it. So you have to basically buy like the top of the line gear at your current chapter, then complete the chapter so that you'll have somewhat of a leg up going into the subsequent chapter. It's one of those little things that it lends also into the bit of the issue with the imbalanced items. Because once you go up in level, all the previous items disappear. And one of the problems I actually had in my first playthrough was that one of the inventory, one of the equipable items, I could not find any variants of that item for like several chapters. So basically my guys didn't have the inventory option simply because I didn't have the chance to buy that item in time. So you always want to make sure you have different items always available for the player. Okay, so let's go in here. He missed, thanks. We'll send her down here. Any ghosts? No. But there's apparently someone over here. Let's deal with them one at a time. Alright, so he is pretty much dead, well, dead again. So this next turn I can set a trap and hopefully get him. Oh, he attacked. Set the trap down. When he moves, hopefully it will trigger. No. to send her over here to start hopefully attacking whoever's in this little room. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's been cursed, so we'll have to recover. Oh, she's been cursed too. His trap, I think, is full. Okay. But I can actually just put another trap in his hand. One of the weird things about the UI is you'll find that the information panes tend to override themselves. Instead of letting you click multiple places, you have to get rid of whatever pane is up first before it will let you click somewhere else.
Next time you shoot, try aiming
Okay.
first.
There we go.
Then you.
As you can see, we are rolling in the money. But first, we need to drop this off. Get back over here. Nope, we don't need a job just yet. Okay. And we can actually sell all this ectoplasm right now because we won't need it in terms of upgrades, at least for a little while longer. So you know what? Let's get the progression going, just so I can show you what happens. So we will go over here. We have a new objective now. We're basically in chapter 2. As you can see, we have much more room here. We can upgrade there. And if we return to the map, we need to start bringing in the moolah. We go over here. They should have new gear for us. Anything? I think this is new. Basically, every time you complete a new objective, you should check the store to see what they have. Okay. But now that our HQ's over here, it's a little easier to get to the different jobs. There we go. I don't think we're gonna make it to that one. Oh, we did. Alright, so we'll do, I think, like one more mission. I think we'll probably call it for this video. Again, the basic concept of this game is really good. They just, I think, ran out of the funding to really take it a lot further.
Bit spooky in here.
Open the door. Need to find some ghosts. Oh, there's our ghost. Teleporting, so he's going to be moving around a lot crazily. Oh, he turned out the light.
I can recognize
Whoa.
a problem when I see it.
Okay, looks like we got a whole lot of ghosts in here.
Full of ghosts.
The power of love.
Alright, so we really need to get these ghosts out here. Alright, so when they move, hopefully we can capture them. There we go, got one. That keeps missing. Oh, we got him, good.
Almost all ghost is toast. If that makes sense.
And we got that one. I think this trap is full again. Yeah. But I can switch to my other one. Well, next turn, that is. Okay. But we really need to stop this guy in here who's causing a huge ruckus. Oh. There we go. Oh, so this one's another teleporter. Oh, where did he come from? Okay.
Never surrender.
Okay. These are going to be a pain to capture, it looks like. Do I hit tab there? Again, the UI is a little cumbersome. You pretty much have to rely on the hotkeys up here. There's no context-sensitive stuff, basically. Okay. See, right-click just cycles through. Alright, got him finally. Let me get a little closer, and then we'll try and bust him. I like turning out the lights. There we go. Got him.
We can go anytime now.
See, we made $1,000. Well, 933 when you count what we destroyed. Alright. Head back to the hospital. We need to pull in at least $300 more or we'll be in the red. Well, actually, $500 now. But I can sell that. There's a gravestone here for some reason. So at this point, I pretty much need to start pulling in a lot of money. Now the next objective is... For some reason, it's not letting me click. There we go. We can get $8,000. And we're still considered Chapter 1. So the objectives are delivered one at a time. Once we hit all the objectives, we move on to Chapter 2. And so on and so forth, with each chapter adding in more goals, more enemies, and just generally making the game harder. But the basic gameplay never really changes. There's no real management of your headquarters. There are a few boss fights, but nothing like super complicated. Alright. I think we're alright. So let's complete this one just for the hell of it, and then we'll call it. Alright. Oh, and by the way, one thing we won't probably see in this video, you'll eventually, once you go up enough in the objectives and unlock more stages, you'll be able to buy new vehicles, which will have either faster speed, or they'll have more carrying capacity, so you can bring 3 or 4 members to a specific mission. Because right now we're only having 2 people. One of the late game strategies with the wide beam traps is to have someone just shoot a bunch of ghosts with spread shots, place a wide trap down, and when all the ghosts try to get you, they'll just hopefully be captured by the trap. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, let's move him over here. Oh, we got a few of them down here. Okay. Got him. Now, as you can see, every time we do these actions, there's a chance that we may go up in stats. This is important because it basically counts as a reason to keep your older crew members, or keep them sane, because they'll keep going higher and higher in stats, and that will basically let them get the edge out on hiring someone new. Uh-oh, they may be surrounding him. Okay, I gotta pick this trap up.
blinded him with science.
Uh-oh. They're surrounding Vivian, it looks like. Point blank shot, we miss. This is going to be expensive one to heal. Okay, got him. But we need to get this one.
You're gonna die hard. If you want to call it dying.
Good. And the stats will also play into wearing advanced gear that requires either a specific class or specific stat requirements. Usually sensors require high intelligence, the stronger weapons require more strength, and so on. How are we doing? We can hold another ghost there. And got him. What? There's still more, it looks like. Probably in this room. Now, I don't think you ever get more than 2 action points, if I remember right. Alright. Alright, so next turn, we should be able to capture. There we go.
Spooks in the trap. Now you can clap.
Okay. And we're finally out of the red, too. First, we need to heal. And I think I am going to call it. I'm just going to say, oh, we can only save the headquarters. Alright, let's do this last one quickly and then head back to the headquarters and then we'll end the video here. Again, this isn't the most complicated game. It has a good setting, good theme. I like this idea. It reminds me of like the original Ghostbusters game from like way back in the Atari era. But as you can see, this is definitely a case where the idea didn't exactly cooperate with the budget that they had, because there's definitely a lot more they could have done if they had, you know, a bigger budget for this game.
It is a bit spooky.
Alright, so I can hold 3 more ghosts, so there's more than 3. I actually have to retreat. And the isometric view can be a little jarring in order to see where everything is. Okay. And we miss. Alright, same deal. We'll see if we can capture him. Good. I caught him, but now we are all out of room on that trap. Meanwhile, he has 2 more spots left.
No, you didn't scare us. We were scared before we arrived.
Okay. I better head down here and try to take this guy out. Or I'm trying to take this one out too.
Show me your love.
What? Okay. Hopefully there are no more ghosts in here or we'll be in trouble. Okay. Got that one. Oh, she leveled up. They're all missing. Hit them alright. There we go. Alright. Okay, so first head back to the headquarters. Drop the traps off. Now we don't need this. Now we're way ahead. Heal and get gas again. Right. And then we'll just head back to headquarters, save, and then probably call it. Actually, let's see. So what you can do is hire someone just to be the scientist, and you know what? I'm just going to show it now, even though we don't have it ready yet. Alright, I'm going to hire a scientist. I'm just going to show you how the upgrading system works quickly. Oh, I gotta take the items out of the car. Or I'm sorry, I actually have one I can just give. Where is the inventory? There we go. So how upgrading works is you have to now have an item in storage. Again, you can see this is another little bit of an annoying UI concern for designers watching. If you look, if I have this panel up, it supersedes any kind of clicking. A more elegant solution would be that if I click on somewhere else, this would automatically close and the new information would take its place. That's just a little bit of a, it's not a huge issue, but it just is representative of a clunky UI to have to keep manually having to close it like that. Okay, so let's do this quickly here. So whenever you upgrade an item, you always have two ways you can upgrade it. And once you go down that path, you can't undo it. So you need time, money, and ectoplasm. And of course, ectoplasm can only be gotten from completing missions. So if you look here, I can upgrade this trap so it will be able to catch ghosts with even more energy and at 70%. Or I can simply upgrade its capacity so that this trap can actually hold 5 instead of 3. This is a good system. I like how this is a lot better than how the items are set up in the stores, because this is two legitimately useful paths you can take. You can either make it easier to catch the ghosts, or you can catch more ghosts with a trap. Personally, I found making it easier the better option, because I can always buy more traps and just, you know, put them on them like pack mules, basically. So what you do, you choose the research option, hit start research, and in 2 hours that will be done. You can see we have plenty of ectoplasm in order to actually do that. Let's see. There we go, research done. So now when we go back to our storage, or I'm sorry, we actually, there we go. Take the item, go back to our car, and you can see it's now been improved. And you can see it will have a 70% chance to catch, and I don't have to weaken the ghost as much to capture them. So you go back on her. And we want a sensor at some point, just so that we can start scanning ghosts, and that will fill in this Spookopedia, as you can see. But I think that will do it for this video. Again, not much will really change. We'll get more gear, we can get more people, the ghosts will be a little harder, but the game never really changes like that dramatically. It's not like a game like XCOM where once you get like terror missions, base alerts, and whatnot, that the game becomes a lot more challenging and the tactics grow. Nor is it a game like Chroma Squad where there's a strict story and there's a lot of like upgrading and customization along that way. This is one of those games that had a great idea, but again, I don't think their budget was enough to really expand on it. which is a shame because I would love for them to actually grow this as a Ghost Control 2 or continue working on this game, because again, this setting and design has a lot of merit to it, but they just really didn't have the budget for it. I know they were talking on the Steam forum about it, saying that they're trying to get more money together, but it is of course tough. Let's see. Hopefully the game didn't just crash. Because that would suck. There we go. Game is saved. Everything looks good. Yeah. Alright. So with that, let's exit out of here. So that was Ghost Control Inc., developed by Bumblebee. Again, the game's been out for a while now. You can probably still pick it up on Steam. By the time this video is actually published on YouTube, the Steam Summer Sale will unfortunately be over. But there's always other sales and whatnot to try to get your games cheap, of course. So with that, I'm going to wrap things up for this video. If you've been enjoying this live, thanks so much for tuning in. If you've been watching this on YouTube and would like to see more videos, please like and subscribe to the channel. That'll help me out a lot. And for everyone, please check out game-wisdom.com for posts and podcasts relating to game design and the industry, as well as our ongoing Patreon campaign to secure some much-needed funding to keep all this running. You can find me on Patreon under Josh Spicer or Game Wisdom, and any donation would be greatly appreciated. As a small note, in terms of actually when these videos were recorded, I'm glad that I was actually able to get through that whole thing without flubbing all my lines. Last time I basically sounded like I was drunk, couldn't get the words out, but tonight's better. And lastly for the YouTube crowd, please check out my Twitch channel under GW Bicer. If you like to watch these videos live, ask questions, chat, whatever. Again, that's under GW Bicer, and it's most nights around 10 Eastern. So, again, thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Have a good rest of the weekend for those of you watching this live, and I'll be back real soon with more great content. Take care, everybody.